I've been trying for years struggling with poses, and this single book helped me improve faster than anything else I've tried. Let me show you why. I had seen some artists talking about this book a few times, but I never really felt like giving it a chance. I wasn't very interested in reading it because, honestly, I've had some bad experiences with this kind of drawing books before. But for some reason, a while ago, I just decided to give this book a chance. And today, I'm here to talk about my experience with it and why I like it so much. Hi, I'm Lucas, and welcome to Artist Dilemmas. When you master the fundamentals, it'll help you make everything easier because they're the base of everything. Now let me talk about what helped me improve the posing and gesture module, and I'm gonna show you why. By far, the thing I struggle the most with my art is posing my characters. For many years, I was afraid of leaving my comfort zone and kept drawing characters in similar poses. A character is standing still facing the camera. But I've been trying to change it in the last years, always trying to push myself with the posing, trying something new, and I've been improving a lot actually. But I felt there was something still missing, feeling that I wasn't fully there until I read this book. The book begins with perspective and anatomy. Right after that, it moves to posing and gesture, and it teaches you how to make it in a very simple way, just by showing it from the basics all the way to the final drawing. The very first time I tried to apply it, I could straight away make a dynamic pose in 30 minutes. And it was actually very impressive for me, because I always struggle with it. After that, I decided to apply it with other poses, and I made it way easier than I used to. That also made me remember one of those tips I gave in a previous video I made, copying other artists to learn new stuff. And that's exactly what I did here, but not 100%. I tried to copy while still applying my own style. And now you may be asking, why copying can be good? And the answer is quite simple. Learning muscular memory. When you understand how to mechanically make the specific shape, it'll become easier to draw that shape or posing again in the future. Another good point of copying is understanding what the artist was thinking when he or she was drawing it, and then develop it in a different approach for your own style and make it look like yours. Okay, let's actually talk about the gesture I've been talking about. Gesture drawing is a quick, loose way of drawing the human figure that focuses on movement, flow, and energy, not details or perfection. With that, you'll be able to create drawings that can look more dynamic without looking stiff. As I mentioned, the gesture here is taught in a very simple way, getting started by the energy lines. This is where you're gonna start capture the dynamism of your character. It's very important that you get this step right, because that's the part that'll define the drawing you're making. If that goes wrong, the drawing will not look good, so be careful here, because it doesn't seem to be that important at first glance, since it looks like simply fancy stick figures. But trust me, it's very important. After that, you'll be basically modeling your drawing. Imagine it as a sculpture, where you'll be shaping it like a 3D model. It's very important that you are familiar with perspective, otherwise you're gonna have hard times trying to draw these figures. Once you have all your shapes defined and the perspective properly made, you can start adding the actual anatomy to your drawing and start making it look like a person. And here's where you make the drawing looks like yours with your own style. Another good point to have in mind is to try not to create hairy lines. Try your best to draw single lines to create your shapes. This will make your figures look more dynamic, but don't make it with too much pressure. That'll make it hard for you to erase it in case you need to fix it. Leave your hand loose. I know sometimes it's hard to not let your hand with a lot of tension, but there are actually exercises that you can make to help you with that. And it's actually pretty simple. Grab a sheet of paper, the cheapest one you have by preference, and start drawing lines in many directions without moving the paper. Make it multiple times, then repeat it with some other shapes. Circles, squares, anything that comes to your mind. Waste like 15 minutes doing that until you feel that your hand is feeling less tense. After that, keep in mind that you have to use more of your arm than just your wrist or fingers. By moving your whole arm, you're gonna have a better moving range when drawing, and also more flowing movements. That's very important to make your drawings look more dynamic. The book has many other modules, most of them talking about our fundamentals. That's a subject I'm going to approach in a future video. And it also has specific topics about comics like paneling, how to translate the script to drawings, and even about covers. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see some of these topics or something related in future videos. If you try to make this and still don't achieve a nice result, you have two other options. First, try to imagine the shapes of the figure you're preserving. Try to understand its volumes in terms of perspective. Maybe it'll make you understand best the figure and consequently understand how to draw it. Second, in case you still can't make it right, maybe tracing the energy lines and shapes can help you understand how the figure works. That'll help you with the muscular memory. But it's important that you trace it and then try to apply it on a blank paper, because you gotta learn how to make it and not only copy it. If you're a beginner, you're probably gonna struggle to make this right. And that's okay. Don't be harsh on yourself. You're gonna improve with practice. Remember, nobody was born knowing how to draw already. They all had to study and practice. Even those amazing artists that you love and follow on Instagram or other social medias, they all have to study. So remember, keep practicing when you get there. At the end of the day, drawing is all about practicing. You gotta keep drawing over and over and over until you get better. You're not gonna wake up one day and simply know how to draw everything like a pro, not at all. It's like an RPG game, where you gotta keep leveling up your character. It's just the same thing, you gotta keep training until you level up. You also gotta learn how to deal with frustration, because there are gonna be many moments that you're gonna draw something and it's not gonna look good. And you gotta know that you gotta train to make it look good, because if you only draw it one time and it doesn't look good and you never try it again, you're not gonna make it better. It's gonna be bad forever. So learn how to deal with frustration and keep practicing. Also, a very important tip, know what you want to draw. Me, for example, I know I want to draw my favorite superheroes. So I knew what I had to learn. Anatomy, posing, and stuff like that are very important to draw these characters. So do the same. Try to figure it out what you want to draw. And look for references and videos teaching you how to draw that and what made those drawings be so special. Thanks for watching. Consider liking and subscribing the video. See you next time. Peace.